Honorable Men Discord, Dwayne Wade and his Murse. Let's talk about it. Well, welcome back to another episode. So this episode is about Dwayne Wade and his Murse. What is a Murse? Well, like everything else in this new age world, it's the new word for a purse, but for a man. So that's the Murse, right? I don't know when it started. I don't know who started it. I don't know if Dwayne Wade is the spokesperson for this Murse, but I guess it's a thing now, as are many other things are a thing now. He was recently on a talk show, and it's the Today with Jenna and Friends. Today with Jenna and Friends, as you can see in that picture there. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to risk having a copyright strike. It's really not that important when I could just discuss the fact that he's taking time out to discuss a handbag. It's too much just to call it a handbag, right? That's first and foremost. It's too much to just call it a handbag, and then secondly, it's obviously so important that he has to be on a talk show. It looks like it's daytime TV discussing the bag. All right. First, let me just say this. All right. Let me just go back for a second. As far as Dwayne Wade's health is concerned, I wish him nothing but the best. You know, he revealed that he had or has kidney cancer symptoms. Right. So I just want to put that out there because before I get scrutiny for for throwing shots at his name, and he's doing it to himself. First of all, the stuff that he's doing, he's causing the attention. He wants the attention. So let's keep that in mind. Anything that I cover, if it's public, it was made public before me. All right. I'm not a nationally seen podcast. I'm not internationally seen. So Dwayne Wade is doing this to Dwayne Wade. And he doesn't see anything wrong with it. And that's fine. He's his own person. He's an individual. But here's the thing. What are we doing with our time? Dwayne Wade is 43 years old. He's retired from the NBA. And I don't remember him ever during his career needing this much attention for like these type of things. All right. For things like this, like a Murse, right? I don't ever remember him during his time active in the NBA promoting nail polish, men wearing nail polish. Now, he may not be promoting all men wearing nail polish, but he's doing it to the point where they're asking him about it. So he's bringing attention to himself. He's doing it on TV. If you go on a show and you wear nail polish, you can't act as though like, well, I'm not trying to promote it for men to do it, because you're doing it on national televised TV, show. So if you go on a public show with nail polish on, they're going to see your nails. And depending on the host, they may look down at your hands and question it. So if it's something that you are not promoting, then you just wouldn't wear it for the show. If you know you're doing it, if you know you're going to do a show, you just wouldn't wear it. I just find this behavior to be very odd. I'll be honest with you. I think his choices, and I want to say his household, but I'm not going to go as far as saying his household because I think that's unfair because I'm not in his household. So I'm just going to stick to this Murse and the nail polish. Okay. Again, he's 43 years old. I know there's going to be some people that jump in the comments. By all means, jump in the comments because I'll be right there to respond. But he's 43 years old. And as I said, when he was playing for the Miami Heat, when he was active, I don't remember him in the press conference with nail polish. I don't remember him making it his business to go on daytime TV to promote any type of unisex um, fashion equipment or whatever you want to call it. Now, this is not unisex because it's been given the name Murse, so clearly it's just another word of saying a purse for a man. All right. But the reason why I'm even discussing this is because I do not know what's going on out there in this world. I just thought about this while as I was prepping to do this episode. And not only does the world, some of us, because some people are completely against a lot of the things that society's pushing, right? But it seems like there's a group of individuals that are just not happy with life. And I'm going to assume that, all right? I don't know that for a fact. So, yes, that is an assumption. I'm making it clear that is an assumption on my part that there are some people that are just not happy with life. I feel like for those individuals, I think they would probably prefer, and I'm talking about the people that are pushing this whole what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, they want everything to be all in the same. The whole unisex, the whole I'm trying to think of this word. But basically they want, I don't want to say inclusion, but they want everything to be all in the same. Where this it's the binary, it's the bathrooms that aren't labeled male and female, right? It's the clothing that is unisex. Those people I'm addressing right now. I feel like those people who are promoting these type of things are just not happy. I think if we were all born with the same genitalia, then people would be stuck to have to appreciate who they are. There would be no other option. I think we're in a world right now where, because there's so many options, people are exploring them, and people are just not happy. I'm gonna stick my neck out and say that there's a group of people that are just not happy. Because if you were happy, you'd be comfortable in your skin. And I'm definitely willing to meet people in the comments on this. If you're happy, you're not looking to change anything, right? You're not looking to alter your body. And I know I'm kind of going off subject here because this is about the Murse, but all of this stuff ties in to each other, right? Dwayne Wade, why now? The nail polish, why now? Now I have something queued up where he speaks on the nail polish, but I'll get to that in a few. And you could say that Dwayne Wade's happy. He's just expressing himself. It's like fashion. You could chalk it up to fashion, but he wasn't doing this before. Now, I'll give you another player. Dennis Rodman was comfortable in his skin. He was doing that all throughout his career. He did it whilst he was in the NBA, and he did it when he got out of the NBA. Now, he didn't do it when he was on the Detroit Pistons, not to my knowledge. I didn't see him doing like the nail polish and the makeup and stuff like that. He started doing that. I want to say he started doing that when he was on the Chicago Bulls, but once he started doing that, he kept doing that whilst he was on the Bulls, even after he retired. So it was pretty much a consistent transition. It was still later on in life because he was a grown man. So I know there's going to be some people that argue and say, well, Dwayne Wade's a grown man. If he wants to wear nail polish, let him wear nail polish, right? Listen, as individuals, we can do what we want. So I'm not disputing that. As individuals, we can do what we want. But the issue that I have is that when these things are done on a public scale, it's almost like you could say you're doing things as an individual, but once you start doing it on TV or you're going on shows, pretty much advertising these things, you're basically saying you're teaching other people to just go ahead, do the same. There's nothing wrong with a guy wearing nail polish, right? And by the way, for any female that's watching this episode, if you don't have issues with a man purse, a Murse, if you don't have any issues with a man with nail polish, that's fine if you're willing to date and marry a man that has a Murse and has nail polish. If you say you're willing to deal with that, fine. Live your lives. But for the most part, I feel like we're definitely already there, but we're continuing to evolve into a society that just wants to be rid of what we were born. Society's trying to just basically be rid of male and female. That's what we're trying to do, right? So I feel like there's a group of people, not everyone, but I'm speaking to that group, right? For the group that wants to be rid of, who wants to get rid, I should say, of male and female, I wonder if you would be happy if we were all just born with the same genitalia, right? Just imagine a world where we all had the same, every last human being had the same genitalia, a penis, a vagina, and breasts. And I'm not trying to be funny, right? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm speaking to those people who are pushing this whole, we're all one and the same, love is love. If we all had the same, excuse me, if we all had the same genitalia, what would you change yourself to? What would you change yourself to if we all had the same equipment and body parts? Because there's a group that's pushing, we all use the same restroom. There's a group that pushes, if you feel like a certain sex, you could change into that sex. And again, I challenge the notion that you're happy when you do those things. First of all, before you make the decision to change anything, I don't believe you're happy, because then you wouldn't change anything. I'm willing to challenge that. And I question whether or not when you change, are you happy then? Or is there something else you're looking to alter? And this is not just about sex change. This is not just about Murses. This is not just about nail polish. There's a deep-rooted psychological issue with some individuals with whether or not they're happy. Okay, first of all, this whole Murse thing, there's no need to even speak on that if you're dealing with possible, kidney cancer. Let me go back to that. All right. What I had that queued up. All right, if you're dealing with possible kidney cancer, I don't understand how you're making time to talk about a Murse. See, here's where it just confuses me. You're 43 years old. You're retired from the NBA. You're successful. You're married to an actress in Gabrielle Union. You have a family. If you're dealing with possible kidney cancer, I think the Murse could wait. The conversation about the Murse could wait. I think painting the nails could wait. When we're talking about possible cancer or any type of disease, I would think as a grown man, there's other things you could talk about. No matter what nationality you are, right? I think there's other things you could talk about besides a Murse, right? But again, he's an individual deciding to go on talk show TV to talk about a Murse. I feel like he's not only selfish, he's also setting us back as black people, because we always seem to put energy and time into buffoonery. And I know there's going to be those that jump in the comments that say, oh, what are you talking about? Other races do it too. Well, they're not at the forefront for the buffoonery. Those images are not necessarily out there. Please show me a man of another nationality that's going on a talk show to talk about a Murse. And please send that video to me. If you have the link, send it in my comments. Please show me another nationality, because obviously there's other countries. I don't follow news from other countries, but if you find another nationality going on another male of another nationality going on a talk show to talk about a bag, and not just a regular man, someone who was in sports, successful in sports or entertainment, or what have you. Just send me the link of another nationality doing this, going on a talk show to talk about a Murse. Now, maybe he's starting a Murse business, and that's why he wanted to talk about the bag. But if he's not even starting the business where that Murse is something, a product that he's pushing, like if his name isn't backed behind that Murse, if he doesn't have a new fashion or clothing company or something like that's putting out the Murse, it just makes it even worse. It just makes it even worse. What are you doing talking about a Murse? Again, he's not only talking about a Murse, but he's dealing with potential, as you see on the side. He's revealed he's dealing with kidney cancer or symptoms of a kidney cancer. Correction, kidney cancer symptoms. But he's making time to talk about a Murse. All right. So for those who want to challenge this in terms of the Murse conversation, please show me another nationality that's a man that's going on a talk show or any or any television outlet to talk about a Murse. And please show me that man who also has his nails painted. Black men. I'm speaking to black men right now. And I'm speaking to the black community. And it's a small percentage of us, or maybe it's a large percentage. But unfortunately, when men like Dwayne Wade, when certain individuals promote violence and anything negative or anything that sets us back, it affects us all. So we can say Dwayne Wade is an individual that is just promoting that he's free with his lifestyle. Unfortunately for us, these imagery, the images that certain individuals put out there reflects on all of us. All right. It reflects on all of us. And what exactly is he promoting that moves us forward? Why is it so important to promote a Murse? I would rather him talk about, him dealing with the symptoms of possible kidney cancer. I would rather hear about that and the steps that he's taking, and maybe he's covered that on the talk show. I didn't watch the talk show because the clip that I saw about the Murse was all I needed to see, because that's what I wanted to focus in on. Why is he up there talking about a Murse? Why is that important? What is a Murse? First of all, let me show you something. See this bag I have here? Turn this around. This bag I have here, I don't know what they call this, but this has been around for as long as I can remember. This is like a travel bag, right? In this bag, you know what I have in this bag. Well, if you don't know, I have my hairbrush, a razor. When I travel, of course, toothpaste, toothbrush, stuff like that. This has been around forever. But in this whole Murse thing looks similar to this handbag, but this is not something that that we need to go out there and label it, give it a new label just for clickbait, because believe me, that's pretty much what he's doing. That bag I just showed you, this bag right here, it's pretty much the same thing as a Murse, but I'm not calling this a Murse, and I'm not walking around the street with it. All right. There's a time and place for this. This is just a travel bag. This I can throw in my book bag when I travel. All right. But, I'm not going on somebody's podcast to say, hey, I invented this and this is going to be called a Murse now. And I'm going to walk around with it when I'm wearing a suit or to be fashionable. As a man, I wouldn't even make time to even talk about this. It has its function and that's it. Like, we don't need to remix things just to be in and cool. And I know what he's doing, because he started off doing that, if I'm not mistaken, he started doing the whole nail polish thing to show his son that's transitioned into a female that that his father loves him and supports him. I appreciate him showing his son that he still loves him despite whatever his feelings are, or how he feels inside and wants to change. He's showing that his love is unconditional. I applaud that. All right. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But I applaud the fact that he's showing his son love regardless. That I applaud. But going on television talking about a Murse, I think it's just ridiculous. and I stand on it. So, if you want to come in the comments, I'm all for it. I'm here for it. Let me show you this clip. Okay. Now, I have Jaden Smith here because I wanted to also tie Jaden Smith into this, although I didn't put Jaden Smith's picture up on this episode because it's not about Jaden Smith. He was, as far as I'm concerned, he was never on daytime TV to promote something. Although the reason why I tied Jaden Smith into this is because Jaden Smith is part of the small group or maybe large group that's promoting this whole, we're all pretty much one and the same, the unisex clothing, unisex, this whole agenda that they're trying to push. So I put Jaden Smith into this because I'm about to get to him in a few minutes, right? But this is a clip that I found, and this is from CBS Mornings. This is Dwayne Wade teases potential nail polish, right? So here we go with this.
So show us the nails.
Don't get a close-up of my nails.
No?
Listen, I've been on the road. I'm going to do like this.
But we see a pop of color.
Yeah.
What was the impetus for it?
Expression.
Expression.
Yeah, expression. I'm creative. I'm expressive. And there's so many ways to do that.
Your nails look better than mine.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They do.
Don't do that.
So when are we getting the new manicure?
I'm working on, I'm thinking about, I'm actually thinking about jumping into the nail line,
Oh, really?
world. I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I've been in it so long, and I'm like, you know what? It could be a good time, but I got some cool ideas that I'm exploring.
So this is breaking news.
Actually, I need to tell you guys. I've been having some conversations on my own about exploring. I got a couple ideas, and one of my ideas is one of my favorite things to do when it comes to this is actually sitting down with my daughter and getting my nails painted and painting hers. That's a time. That's a time that we get to connect.
Right.
Me doing something that she loves and also that I love. I give her medis and petties as well.
All right. So that right there, what he just spoke on with his daughter, that's nothing new. Fathers that have daughters have been known to, do tea time with their daughters, or but it's one of those things that fathers would do in the household in private to support their daughter and let their daughter know that, even though I'm your father, I could connect with you and do the whole fairy tale playtime thing, right? It was never meant to, okay, I do that in private time and then I also do that outside in public. And by all means, if anyone is agreeing with this, if you agree with this, please see me in the comments and please eloquently express why you see nothing wrong with this. If you disagree with this, see me. If you agree with me with the fact that I disagree with this stuff, please see me in the comments. This is serious. This is a serious conversation. I don't want anyone coming in talking about anything other than the subject matter. Let's stick to the topic. Let's be respectful. But let's talk about this because I just think this is just buffoonery. Again, we're talking about a 43-year-old man retired from the NBA who, again, is possibly dealing with symptoms of cancer. But rather than just speak on that and put forth awareness to other grown men in their 40s about steps they can take to be ahead of these type of potential diagnosis, he chooses to talk about that in addition to a Murse. And I will look into the fact on whether or not the Murse is actually something that he's putting out through a new clothing line that maybe he's behind or backing or something like that, because I don't really understand the sense of him going on TV talking about a Murse. And I did see a little bit of the clip where he was sharing what's inside his Murse. He had a Ziploc bag with floss and stuff like that. It's like, so I mean, this is what we make time for, and this upsets me because he's a black man doing this, right? And yes, it upsets me because black men understand this. Whether we put out positivity out there in the world, we put out negativity, we put out buffoonery, we are representing each other whether we like it or not. And I don't want to hear about, oh, I'm an African black man. I'm a Haitian black man. I'm a Jamaican black man. We can go on and on. I don't care about where exactly you're from on this planet Earth. At the end of the day, you still are a reflection of other black men. All right. So this bothers me. All right. Because again, we are constantly on TV for buffoonery. You know, I did an episode in February about the new minstrel show. And to me, this is a form of minstrel. This is minstrel behavior. This is the new age society having influence on somebody that's 43. It's like you need attention, right? Because again, you knew you were going on a television show. You have your nails painted. Why? Why are you talking about a bag? Why are you calling it a Murse? Did he come up with this term? I have no idea. I don't care who came up with the term. I'm not calling this bag, this travel bag, a Murse. All right? And never have I walked outside with this. Other than when I get inside the hotel room, I take it out of my book bag or my overall suitcase and I use the articles that's inside of it. But this is just ridiculous. It's a waste of time to talk about this. The Murse, that is. And I'm talking about Dwayne Wade speaking about the Murse. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. You can challenge me. I'll be in the comments. So now, Jaden Smith, as I said. Jaden Smith, and I'm going to play this clip without the audio, has been promoting fashion forward clothing, which is pretty much unisex. All right. And why am I showing Jaden Smith in a Dwayne Wade episode about a Murse? I'm showing this is because all of this ties into each other. There's a group of individuals who want to get rid. Look at this. Look at this. There's a group of individuals that just want to get rid of this whole, what's this whole male female thing, right? There's a male female thing because that's how we were born, right? That's how we procreate. All right. As much as there's a group of people that have issue with that and trying to make procreation between man and a female a bad thing, right? This is how life was created, male and female. You know, you could say you want us to be doing all the same thing. You want men to be able to put on makeup, put on nail polish, wear a dress. You know, you could say you want to make it all one and the same, but it doesn't negate the fact that there's male and there's female. It seems like there's this constant push to just destroy a male and female. That's what we're doing right now. And the fact that me even saying that would be potentially challenged or looked at as slander or promoting hatred is ridiculous. The fact that me saying this would put me in a position where some would look at me as like I'm the I am the what's the word, spokesperson for hatred is crazy. It is crazy. But let's continue with his outfits. Look at this outfit. All right. And again, for those females that are in support of this, I just want to know whether or not you would date and marry somebody dressed like this. Would you date and marry somebody with nail polish? Would you date and marry somebody that has a Murse? Okay. Now, some of these things aren't bad. It has that rock star look. So I'm not saying all the outfits are crazy. Right? All right. See, that's, not all these outfits are crazy. But I just put this on so you can see some of the stuff that he's promoting, because he himself has said something along, I'm paraphrasing, he has said something along the lines of like, he's in favor of just, it doesn't matter if it's a male or female thing, if it looks good, just put it on type of thing. And I'm saying to myself, no, I'm not with that. And I have the right to say, no, I'm not with that. The same way he has the right to say, yes, he's with that. But again, we are moving to a day and age where people are trying to get rid of the whole notion of man and female. And I have issue with that. And I stand on that. It's not going to change. It's not something that you're going to see me see me not stand on months later or years later. I stand on this. I stand on this. What's next? And that's a real question when I say that. What's next? What else are we gonna entertain? And again, black men, black women, I've said it time and time again throughout different episodes. We have to be mindful of what we do. We have to be intentional of what we do, because within our community, some of this activity that we're taking part of, it looks like a circus. It looks like a pure circus. And I don't want to hear about others that participate in a circus. I'm here to talk about black people and what we're doing, what we're spending our time doing. And just ask yourself this: whatever it is that you're doing, how is it helping the community as a whole? Because fashion is fashion. I'm not saying you can't be someone that's into fashion, but when you start doing things that are like you trying to connect the sexes by fashion, like, oh, men should be able to wear this thing that I'm putting out here is for men and women. What exactly are you doing? What do you stand for? Be clear on what you stand for. Do you want to get rid of, because at least Jaden Smith has said he wants to promote pretty much outfits that men and females could wear. At least he's standing on that. Dwayne Wade is trying to play around with it right now. He's slowly but surely testing things out and playing with it on camera. But I think it's all destructive in the end, to a degree. I think it's destructive, and I'm not with it. But that's all I have for today. Again, I'll see you in the comments. And as always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.